Hey, everybody.
Good morning.
Hi.
What did we say we were talking about?
We're going to talk about Beto and how the Democrats have like a new, it's their new tactic, right? Their new tactic now is, well, first it was you're racist, and they started that back in. Good morning, Dale.
Hi.
But they started the tactic back in 2009. Back when Obama took office was, hey, you guys are all racist. You guys are. There's my finger. You're racist. That was like the tactic, and then. Now
we're terrorists.
I mean, it's like they're at warp speed changing everything because they went from racist to white supremacist in the past month, and then they're like, that's not good enough. Let's go ahead and make all of the people on the right terrorists, because that's what the guy that Frank Figliuzzi, that's his name. He's at MSNBC. He was like in the FBI or something, and now he's a correspondent on MSNBC, and he's like, so. I think it's pretty safe to say out loud that the people on the right they're just terrorists. They're terrorists. That is so messed up.
It's pretty crazy how radical they're getting with this whole let's just have a spotlight on racism as much as possible. I don't understand why they hate America so much, because that's all this is.
Yeah.
If you want to focus on what is obviously a stain on our history, everybody gets that. It's like you're not going to find anyone that's going to be like, yay, slavery, I'm so glad that's part of our history. No, it sucks.
It totally sucks.
It's awful. But we've come such a long way, and what the United States has done for the rest of the world just is we're better than everybody, okay?
Yeah.
Like, we have done more for the world than any other nation can claim. And we should be proud of that. We should be talking about that.
Yeah.
We should be talking about the progress that's been made and not harping on this blight from our past. I don't know why there's this focus on it. I just don't get it.
I was talking to my nurse practitioner the other day. I had just a checkup, regular checkup, and she listens to our show every once in a while, but we were talking about this very thing, and she was like, I think race relations have gotten worse.
So much worse.
In our country since Obama, because you'd think that they were going to be better. And this is not somebody who is like uber conservative either. And like most of her family members, she says admittedly, are liberal. And, she's like, it's gotten worse in this country because I think, when Obama took office, I don't know what it is. It's like all of a sudden we started all getting more fractured, more segmented, more segregated from one another. And it's not good. It's just not good. I don't know what it is. It's like everybody started, what is it? What is it? It's like everybody started getting angrier. And I don't understand what it is other than the fact that our leadership really started focusing more on race. And
I think it gave people an opportunity too, that if you disagreed with Obama,
it was about race. It was about race.
You couldn't just not like his policies.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
It's dumb. It's dumb AF, because that is precisely what we disagreed with him on policy and policy alone. I don't give two craps what his skin color is.
Yeah.
The guy's half white.
Everybody forgets that part.
Yeah,
so does he.
Yeah, he does
forgets
too.
that part too.
He totally does.
But now Robert O'Rourke is, given speeches about how awful our country is. And so I'm going to play, just 15 seconds.
Yeah, just listen. Because we're really high tech with our audio here on our Facebook Lives. But you guys have to hear this because it is remarkable.
And you only need to hear the first few seconds because this is
Hold on.
All right.
Say hi to Rob first.
Say hi to Rob.
No autographs, please. No autographs.
Okay, we're getting ready to do really high tech audio, Rob. Hold on.
Okay, so be quiet.
All right. Yeah, just shut up, Rob.
Okay, here it is.
Okay.
In this country, though we would like to think otherwise, was founded on racism, has persisted through racism, and is racist today. And if you don't want to accept that
Okay, blah, blah, blah. So that's how he's starting his speeches now, you guys.
Our country was founded on racism, and it's still racist today.
It's racist today.
That's how he starts.
And we just need to talk incessantly about it and think of nothing else.
Everything is race. Race. That's
exhausting. And the worst part is that, if you haven't been to our website this weekend, the New York Times, the official newspaper of record,
blows chunk. It's not official anymore. That is not the gold standard anymore. That it just sucks.
So they're starting this 1619 project. If you haven't read about it, you need to go to our website, chicksontheright.com, and read about it, because it's all about exactly what Beto is doing, which is to just spotlight our racist, slave-owning, slave-tastic past and make us all hate America because of it.
They're kind of wanting to rewrite history. They want to
And they're saying that out loud.
That's what they want to do. They want to rewrite history, which should be frightening to everybody.
And they're not shy about it. In fact, they say these are their words. This is the New York Times words. We aim to reframe the country's history, understanding 1619 as our true founding and placing the consequences of slavery and the contributions of Black Americans at the very center of the story that we tell ourselves about who we are.
What in
I have
the hell?
a question.
Yeah. What, you have a serious question, or is it like a question about like our hair or something?
That's the only thing I ask for serious questions.
All right. Okay. What?
Do we still win the Civil War in this one?
In this one, what?
In this
In
version
this
of
version of history, this new version of history,
I'm sure we do, but the credit will be given to Democrats instead of Republicans, which is where it belongs.
And you remember the whole Democrats and slavery thing? Are they gonna what?
It's not our history.
It's not. It's really inconvenient. It's really inconvenient.
That's the thing.
The whole Democrats and
Did you know my great-great-grandfather was in the Civil War?
Yeah, we've heard that. And
Well,
he was friends with John Mellencamp.
He was a
or
decorated
something.
Union veteran. Helped win the war.
He wrote Small Town. Did he write Small
Gettysburg
Town?
Address was based very loosely on my
Did he
great-great-grandfather,
write
William
Best
D.
Friends
Kendall,
with Junkie
buried
Vodka?
in
That's
South
right.
Terre Haute.
That's
That
right.
is a tombstone
That's
right
right.
there.
That's right.
So, and Beto is one of the people that, of course, is calling for reparations, which is absolutely just not acceptable in any way.
It's a bunch of crap.
It's a bunch of crap.
It's just a big pile of steaming hot crap. Is what it is. It's just what it is. What are we doing? It's just what are we doing?
I am not going to personally apologize for slavery. I had nothing to do with it.
I'm not either.
No one alive today had anything to do
No.
with it. And for us to be like focusing on this at the cost of not focusing on all the positive things that America has done for the world, I just find so distasteful and gross. And I think it's the worst campaign and it's strategy ever.
It's opportunistic too. That's what he's taking that as he's desperate and he's trying so hard to find something to get elected with.
Yeah.
And it's gross. He's just a giant drunk grasshopper.
Did you guys?
That's what Beto is.
I mean,
he's a giant drunk grasshopper. That's what he
Holy
reminds
crap.
me of. He reminds me of a grasshopper that jumps on tables in a bar and just is with his hands and his long legs. And that's what he reminds me of. If you guys missed the show last week, that's what I'm referring to. I know it makes no sense to you right now if you missed the show. But he's a giant drunk grasshopper. Hashtag.
I mean,
Giant
this is
drunk
out of
grasshopper.
control, and it's going to get worse. I mean, we've got a year left, a year and some months until the election.
Seriously,
this is going to get a million times
A
worse.
whole year? I can't take it.
And you should see, because I retweeted that sound that I just played you. I retweeted it from his account, and his supporters came after me like en masse.
Of course they did.
Because they are.
Were they all like,
crazy?
Beavis.
Well, they're all like, "You're so racist."
Of course, there's.
I mean, that's
it's
what
like,
they
look,
do.
we haven't heard that a gazillion times.
This is what they
I'm
do.
surprised they didn't go, "You're a terrorist."
One of them did.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
of
or
course.
they'll say something like, "You guys are c words," or
yeah, we
"You're
get
super
that.
ugly."
Oh, thanks. You're
Okay.
old and you're ugly. You're old
Right.
and wrinkled and ugly. Thanks. We get that too. Okay, how about you bite me? Whatever. Okay.
I mean, it's just so tired.
I know,
Seriously.
right? I know, and they're supposed to be like the feminist, the really compassionate and tolerant and loving ones. We get the C word like every other day. It's like, thank you for being compassionate and loving. Okay.
Speaking of
Yeah.
C words, Rashida Tlaib.
It's a great transition.
Rashida Tlaib is now picking fights with Bill Maher because
Oh my
Bill
God.
Bill Maher, you know how it's like every blue moon
He'll
he's
be right. He'll be right about something you were like, what just happened? Yeah.
And then your mind kind of like explodes because of the shock.
And what I love is when he says something and he's right and he'll say it on his show and then all the liberals are like, wait a second. He's saying something. Are we supposed to agree with him?
They do though.
Their
His
eyes
audience
are-
claps no matter what he says.
Yeah, but he's saying something that is so
well,
conservative.
they're too dumb to know that.
Yeah, but the people on the panel, when I'm looking at their faces
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they're like, what are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to, are we supposed to clap? What the hell are we supposed I mean, I
Well,
love
one of the
that.
panelists, when he said this, and she's a Daily Beast reporter, and her eyes, she either has like an eye issue, that issue where your eyes get like bug-eyed, or she just was stunned by what he was saying. But Bill Maher basically called out anybody who supports BDS and was like, this is utter bullshit.
Yeah.
This is
like, read a history book.
Yeah. And
you're not woke. You
he's
idiots.
obviously talking about Rashida, and
Yeah.
Rashida caught wind of this and is now like on Twitter saying, everybody needs to boycott Bill Maher.
Just boycott his show and boycott him. Just boycott him.
So we're waiting for him to actually react to that, because I looked on Twitter this morning and so far he hasn't responded to it. I really want him to.
I just want him to be like, get bent. You know? I just, because their response to everything is boycott it.
Boycott it.
Just boycott.
He's mean.
Put up a sign.
And then her and
Boycott.
Ilan retweeted a cartoonist who's like a complete anti-Semite. And so now they're getting like a whole new wave of criticism for that, because they're so transparently hateful
that's the thing.
against Israel.
And then these people have the audacity to point across the aisle and say, y'all are racist. Seriously?
you don't even want that whole country to exist.
Yeah, and the people in it. You hate Jewish people. How dare you preach to us about racism, you sea hags?
And she's there's people, they didn't let me in. Bull.
Really?
You got let in and you decided not to go.
You don't
hag.
give two craps about your grandma.
And by
Not
the way,
two craps.
ask Israelis how they feel about being locked out of 15 plus countries simply because of their faith.
Yeah.
Ask them how it feels to be locked out.
Yeah.
You at least got to come in.
Rashida.
And you're the one that said no.
Yeah, Rashida.
Because you have more hate than you do for Israel than you do love for your grandmother. Period.
Yeah. Again, you sea hag. I swear, these women, I don't even know how are they in the positions that they're in. It's disgusting to me.
Yeah, but people voted for those
Yeah,
guys.
they did.
That's
yeah,
so
and they're the
sad.
same people that are using racism as a platform to get Beto elected. It's gross. It's absolutely gross.
It's disgusting.
And we can't let that happen. We just can't.
Yeah.
We can't. So, is there anything happy we can talk about this morning?
Well, thanks to all of you who watched our appearance on Huckabee.
That's right.
We got some great comments.
We
and People
did.
bought some books even,
we
which
did.
is really nice.
That was really super sweet.
So that was great, and it was nice to like see what we said, because we
Yeah.
had no idea.
I totally forgot, and I was
We
like,
were like,
oh
oh
yeah,
yeah, that's what we said.
that's what we talked about with Huckabee. That was really cool.
And
yeah,
he's just so dear.
he is the sweetest man. Like
That was super
what
fun.
you see is what you get, you guys. He really is a very dear,
Yeah.
sweet, lovely man.
He
Just
really
really
is.
nice. So.
And then the other, I mean, it's not a happy
And
thing.
you know what else? You know what else was really crazy when I watched it back? Like we could hear the audience when we were there, and then when I watched it, you can't hear the audience.
Not until the very end.
To the very end. So that's one thing that I noticed. I thought that was just interesting to let you guys know that there was a huge audience there.
Yeah.
And the producers, whoever, must I don't know how they do that, but they make the audience go away during the entire segment, and at the very end, the audience claps.
Yeah.
But the whole time we were sort of interacting with the audience, it was crazy
Because they were reacting.
because they were
And so
reacting.
we were like,
yeah, I was
hey.
like, oh my god, there's a hey, woo! We were interacting with the audience the whole time, but then when you watch it, you can't hear them to the very end. It was very odd, but
That is a little
anyway.
weird.
That was kind of a behind the scenes thing.
And then we'll be talking on the show today about the chick who had triplets and had no idea that she was pregnant and thought she had kidney stones.
yeah. So if
How does that happen?
if you have kidney stones, you may want to rethink that. Go get yourself an ultrasound.
If you think what you have is kidney stones, you may be having triplets.
Yeah, you may.
Don't want to scare anybody, but this is
may.
actually a thing that
maybe
happened in the
Huey,
world.
Dewey, and Louie. Could be. Could be.
All right, so that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, so you guys try to have a wonderful Monday, and we will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.